Why, hello there, this is your good Thomas Friend 74, and this is now officially 20 years. Yep, 20 years since I have obtained these two trains. I'm going to tell you all about my very first two Tomy trains from 2004 from Christmas Eve. It is going to be my two trains that I have first got. These hold a special place in my heart because they were the first two Tomy motorized trains that I have received in my life. Way back in December of 2004 is these two, which is James and Toby, the standard Tomy versions. And let's talk about my life as these trains. James and Toby were indeed my first two Tomy motorized trains. As me back then, I was only into the wooden railway and eventually got got into take-along as well. And now I was given a third option as the Tomy Playrail series. And the best part about these two is that you saw they were the 3-packs of James and Toby. And those were my only 3-packs from the Tomy era I ever got. All the other engines I had only came in single packs or double packs. But though the packs that do come with track, so I wasn't missing out on anything. Some tank engines like Thomas and Percy comes with half straight track, while some tenor engines like James, Gordon, Henry, Edward come with curved track, and some other engines come with straight track as well. So I was always getting track to make sure mine is fully complete. So let me go ahead and show what I mean. Now, I need to explain that unfortunately both models don't work anymore, and that's kind of to be expected. But that doesn't stop me for continuously loving these products. Of course, I will get replacement models, but let's first start off with the one I got first. I can still remember the first one I got, which was James. So yeah, here we have James. Still remember the times I used to have this model. And I was always fascinated with how they accurately made James. Of course, the face has shown a bit of sign of sun affected. A lot of things have really changed with this model. Like the dome is starting to lose some of its gold colors. Now it's going back into red because that's obviously the base color of this. There's only one traction tire. It's only hardened up now, so that's pretty much going to have to go as well. So we have the year date of Tomy. Made in Thailand. 1994. That's when this model was first released. Of course, this is a 2002 model. And with 2002 models, the faces are separate. Back then, they were only one piece entirely. And there is the connector right there. As you can see, the wires are still in perfect shape. Usually, those wires will always snap all the time, mainly because they're exposed. Thus, they snap easily. And the cold cover, as you can see, it's mainly the battery cover. One of the tabs unfortunately broke off, so this doesn't clip in. Just always easy to come off. Battery compartment is actually very clean. As you can see, this model of James was used very nicely, even though this doesn't work anymore. But I will keep this as a souvenir because, wow. I just love how this model of James that I first received it. And let's take a look at the cargo that comes with. Yep, we start with this cattle van. The 3-pack James always comes with this. From the Tomy era. Wow. Again, I was so fascinated that how the attention to detail in this one was so perfect. Well, as the years gone by, I eventually know how these things work as I unscrewed this one, and I fortunately lost the door on this side. So I only have the door on this side. But hey, it has that sliding feature. You can open and close the door. It's not that big a deal, obviously. It's just beautiful to look at. Still amazed to this day as I first received the product. And this brake fan, this is actually mainly a play rail thing of brake fan. In fact, this is also original to play rail. This wasn't meant to be themed to Thomas and Friends at all, because you don't see proper buffers on these. So these are actually things that actually exist in Japan, which is also this type of brake fan, which is technically a play rail thing. But there you have it. Here is Toby. This is my second Tomy item that I have. This one has seen a lot of paint chips, as you can see on the product. It just shows just how loved this train was in its lifetime for me. And again, I was still astounded with the attention to detail. This one's Brittlcraft 1997. That's the old Tomy logo right there. It says 1996, made in Thailand. I think that's what it is. Wow. I especially love the top part of it. And the good old switch. And back then, I didn't know these were inside. They were run by a battery. That's the thing was. I didn't know about that. So I wasn't aware that these can be powered by batteries. And when I did put the battery inside, I flipped up that switch. My goodness. It was going on its own. I didn't need to use power. Didn't need to use my hands for that. Because mainly, this works on James. When I saw this, I turned it on, the wheels wouldn't turn. I actually thought this was like the engines applying their brakes. Well, me personally. That's how I saw it like that. I thought that it was there the engine to apply their brakes. But it wasn't. This one has some broken gears inside, which is why this doesn't work anymore. I couldn't get the motor to run. But wow. Still amazed by these two models. Really have all begun with me with this. Henrietta is next on this. And this was my very first time I ever received Henrietta. Was this pack of Toby. Obviously, if I wanted to get Henrietta, it was always going to have to be in the wooden railway form because, again, I was only into wooden railway back then. Way back in 2004. So this was my first time I ever received a model of Henrietta. And again, I was so blown away by the attention to detail they've had on this model. Well, in recent years, I eventually put that model a face. You probably know that from Thomas the Quarry Engine. That episode where you saw Henrietta finally having a face, even though these parts are kind of in the way and they really should be taken out. So they probably did that so you can see Henrietta's face a lot clearer. But yeah, I did put a face on Henrietta. That is. And, of course, Toby comes with the troublesome truck. And this truck was definitely well used. It had a face on it. Well, it was kind of more of a concerning face. But I didn't care. It was a troublesome truck. And just me feeling with the detailing. What more do I ever want with this? It was just so amazing. I know this video is not really that long, but like I said, I want to make this video because this is now officially 20 years since I have received my very first TOMY Playroll products. And these do hold a special place in my heart as my very first two engines, as in the 3-packs from 2004 for Christmas Eve. So these always hold a special place in my heart, and where my life of the motorized stuff begun. With these two trains, in their respective 3-packs from 2004 Christmas Eve.